Weight of Glory by C.S. Lewis, he recounts the following fable. Imagine that a woman has been thrown in a dungeon. And while she's in this dungeon, she bears and raises a son. The son grows up knowing nothing but the walls of the dungeon, the straw on the floor, and this brief, slight grate at the top of the dungeon through which all he sees is a patch of sky. Now, this woman was an artist before she got thrown in the dungeon, and with her she managed to take a drawing pad and a pack of lead pencils. Never losing the hope of deliverance, this woman does her best to depict for her son the world in which he has never seen. She draws fields and flowers and trees, and she tries to depict for him through the form of illustration the sand on a beach. Now, her son is extremely respectful. Her son is very dutiful to his mother and believes her for the most part and takes her word for fact. So the lines that she draws on the page are what he has come to learn to be actuality. Until one day he looks at his mom and says, "Mom, the world must surely be the way you have drawn it." And for a moment, they're at a cross purposes. But she says, you can't possibly think that the world is simply lead on a page. And instantly his whole notion of the outer world changes, for the lines by which alone he was imagined it have now been denied of him. He has no idea that the lines on the page were merely a transposition. The waving treetops, the light dancing on the weir, the colored three-dimensional realities which are not enclosed in lines. But they, in fact, define their own shapes at every moment with the delicacy and multiplicity which no drawing could ever achieve. Of these things he has no conception. He has no grasp of the world in which exists apart from the actual lines on the page upon which his mother drew. The child will get the idea that the real world is somehow less visible than his mother's pictures. In reality, it lacks lines altogether because it is incomparably more visible. The same is true with you and I. We know not what we shall be here, but we may be sure that we will be more, not less, than we were on earth. Our natural experiences, sensory, emotional, and imaginative, are only like drawing, like lead pencils on a page. If they vanish in the risen life, they will vanish only as pencil lines vanish from the real landscape. Not as a candle flame which has been blown out, but as a candle flame which becomes invisible because someone has pulled open the shade, thrown open the shutter, and let in the light of the risen sun. And today I have a distinct opportunity. An opportunity to talk to you about this illusion that C.S. Lewis has drawn. It is essentially the same place you find yourselves this week. At the end of your high school career, it's drawing near as you walk out of our classrooms and out of the lines that we have drawn for you in Canyon High School, as you leave your mothers and your fathers and you enter a world all your own. Bask in the radiance of the possibilities that await you. Now, today is unique for me because I have the opportunity to step out from the lines that I have drawn for you in my classroom and tell you my wholehearted, unbiased stance on life. My advice is simple today. It can be summed up in 2 words. Chase him. Out of the life experiences that I have lived, I have learned one simple truth. The pursuit of Jesus Christ is the utmost of ambitions. So in all you do, chase him. Chase him like you've stepped up to the plate at the World Series and you know in the core of your being that you can win this game because of the strength that he and he alone has given you. Chase him like you've just placed the last period on a novel you wrote. You sit back and realize that the creator of the universe breathed into you the mental capabilities to construct words, write sentences, and coherently think. And all you can do is sit back and worship him. Chase him like you've just stepped off an airplane and onto international soil. You have an empty appointment book and a full backpack to see the vastness of his creation. Chase him like you're standing on the shore of an ocean. As the water rolls over and off your feet, you realize in that moment the infinitesimal nature of yourself, but you take comfort in the magnitude of the creator of the tide. Chase him like the moment you meet the one created to be your forever helpmate, that you instantly realize how the entirety of your life is woven in the fabric of his divine plan for you. Chase him as though nothing in this life matters, except chasing the passions and the desires that he has fearfully and wonderfully given you. Chase him and chase him and chase him. And when you feel like you've finally done it, you've arrived, take a step forward and chase him some more. From Walt Whitman, we as the institution of Canyon High School and every single person in this room who has invested the entirety of their lives into raising you, know that you shall no longer take things at second best. You shall no longer look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the specters in books. You shall not look through our eyes either, nor take things from us. But you shall listen to all sides and filter them from yourselves. Thank you for allowing me to live out my passion. Thank you for being the personification of a generation full of limitless possibility. You will forever be remembered. Godspeed, and look out, world. Here they come.